Keynote by Hagenguth.
Hi everyone, my name is Uma. I'm co-founder and COO at APPICS, a Web3 company with a focus on building applications that make emerging technologies more accessible. And our team consists of true Web3 natives, meaning my co-founder and the CEO of APPICS was mining Bitcoin and Litecoin 10 years ago, and he also got me introduced to crypto and blockchain around 2014, and I've been full-time in the space since 2016, which was also when I realized that blockchain is not just a revolutionary financial instrument, but it's so much more than that. Now, the last time I was here in Malta was for the AIBC summit in May of 2019, which was just after the 2018 bear market and sentiment was slowly picking up again. By a quick raise of hands, who loves bear markets? Especially this one. Yeah, you're all liars. Me neither. But it's great to go to conferences during this time because it really brings out the people that you want to network and potentially partner with because they are more likely to possess three important qualities. Now, these qualities are needed when you're trying to achieve the impossible, and they can also be found when you look at the history of Malta. Because if you look at the Great Siege of Malta in 1565, where over 40,000 soldiers of the Ottoman Empire were sent to conquer Malta. And despite their superiority, the Ottomans did not overcome the resistance of less than a few hundred knights and a few thousand civilian soldiers. It was a really tough battle, and many lives were lost on both sides. But eventually, the defenders, with the support of their European allies, managed to secure victory and force the Ottomans to retreat. And this victory became one of the most celebrated events in 16th century Europe, and it is a true representation of the underdog overcoming all the odds. And so this history lesson is pretty incredible and insightful because it shows you that what you can accomplish even when nobody believes it's possible. And this victory of the Knights of Malta, now you may be asking, right, what does history lesson of the Knights of Malta have to do with Web3? Well, I believe that Web3 is a true fight for freedom. And we are the underdogs. The odds are against us. But we have the potential to write history. But we have to understand that and realize that Web3 is not just a true fight for freedom, but it's about turning around the current systems, right? Going from a top-down pyramid style to a more decentralized, free, and collaborative economy with many small and medium-sized winning players instead of just very few big corporations that have all the market share. And so I just want you to keep that in mind as we're going through this. And with that being said, let me give you some insight into what we're building at APPICS to contribute to this greater mission. Now, there are many uses of blockchain, right? But what stood out to my team and I was the fact that through blockchain technology, we now have the ability to turn virtual interactions into currency and redefine social media completely, turning it into a true decentralized economic model for users. So we building our company, and we launched a company in 2018, and we started working on our first product, the APPICS app, a platform where your creativity, your passions, your knowledge, and essentially the value you bring becomes your capital. So let me show you how it works. You download the APPICS app for free from the App Store, Google Play Store, and then with a click of a button, you're able to create your wallet and link it to your social media profile. Now, what's important here is that you obviously store your keys, so everything is on your own device. Now, the moment you start interacting through sharing, commenting, or voting on content, every action becomes a transaction. Instead of giving and receiving meaningless likes, you actually place upvotes. And through the act of placing an upvote, you instantly assign value to that piece of content. Because after 30 days of voting on content, our smart contract analyzes the votes and then calculates the amount of rewards that should be allocated. So the users are like a decentralized jury deciding on how the rewards should be distributed, and we as the company simply provide the reward pool. Now, from the rewards under each post, 65% of that goes to the content creator, 25% is split among the voters, and 10% flows back to the platform. So even if you're not a content creator, you're simply a supporter, you're a fan, and you love engaging with content, you still benefit. And what's important to mention here also is that not every upvote is equal. It doesn't count the same, because the more stake tokens you hold, so the more active you are, the higher the weight of your vote. Now, what can you do with your earned tokens? For one, you can use them to exchange them for digital goods. You can, of course, also exchange them to other currencies. You can also rent cars or book flights through our brand partner Jetlags. And another utility of the APPICS token, and this is a new layer of our APPICS ecosystem, is an NFT marketplace, Coin Studios, which will launch very soon. And this new feature and integration will allow you to use the tokens that you earned to mint as well as buy NFTs. And I know the NFT craze is over for now, but I am certain that the NFT hype was just a taste we got, and that the technology is here to stay. I believe that NFTs are much more than pixel art. And the technology actually empowers us to have real ownership and control over our digital assets, to digitize and tokenize real-world assets, and even allow for fractionalized ownership, which is huge. So let me give you a sneak peek of the Coin Studios platform. So right now you can mint using the Ethereum and Polygon blockchain. We also just launched on EVM, which is an exciting milestone for us because it bridges our native token to the Ethereum network, but we plan on adding more chains and more networks in the future. We also implemented a KYC process so that we can prevent fraud. And we also, for usability and mainstream adoption, we made sure to add credit cards so that it's super simple to buy NFTs, anyone can do it, but you will still hold your NFTs in your own non-custodial wallets. So there are different purposes as to why we built an NFT marketplace, both in the real world and 3D virtual world. Now, why or how 3D virtual worlds? Well, during a team trip, this was last summer of 2021, we had this epiphany of how the right use of 3D virtual worlds can actually make our interactions more meaningful and work in harmony with the real world. And how right now we're going through this paradigm shift, as I'm sure you're aware, and especially through the pandemic, people are craving this feeling of interactions and presence, the feeling of presence and immersiveness more than ever. And we recognize something. Right now, we're at a very pivotal moment in time where different technologies are coming together to allow for immersive 3D experiences to come to life in real time like never before. And so we started equipping ourselves with high-end rendering machines. We bought 2 motion tracking suits, and we started building our 3D virtual worlds. And what we did first was build our virtual production studio, which I presented last year, and then we created a range of avatars, different worlds, different backdrops, to allow for content production and in completely new forms of content that we've never seen before. So that was the first step. Then we also explored different metaverses, what's out there. And we, for example, partnered and held our APPICS app launch event on Decentraland a couple months ago. So during that party, we had an NFT gallery. We had a dance floor with live music. And that was really fun. And we also then started partnering. We partnered with GameState and started working on our own worlds and hosted different metaverse events. For artists to perform and launch their NFT collections, and we still host those events regularly for artists as well as business owners, because immersive events are great for introducing new products because you can just present them and display them in a completely new light. And it also allows you to interact with your clients, with your partners in unprecedented ways that make your brand truly stand out. Now, I know it sounds like we're doing many different things. Reward-based social media, NFTs, metaverse. But if you take a closer look, you will see that the vision we have is like a clockwork that works in harmony, and each part serves a particular purpose. Because if we want to define this new digital economy, we're up against the biggest players in the world, and on our own, we don't stand a chance against the tech giants with billions of users and billions of dollars. Just like the single knight of Malta didn't stand a chance against the Ottoman Empire. Which brings me back to the 3 qualities you need to possess when trying to achieve the impossible. Number 1 is tenacity, or your why. Number 2 is perseverance, or dedication. If you combine these 2 qualities, we already have a shot at defining our future. But if we want to succeed on a much larger scale, then we need to work together. So number 3 is collaboration. Now at APPICS, we're self-funded. We've persevered through 2 bear markets. We never stopped building. And so now we're ready and we're stronger than ever before. This year we launched our first product, the APPICS app, on the App Store and Google Play Store. Now next is the NFT marketplace. By the way, if you want to join APPICS, make sure when you download the apps you use AIBC, hashtag AIBC on your first post so I can find you and give you a warm welcome. So now comes the NFT marketplace Coin Studios, and then after that is the expansion into our 3D virtual realm. And so we're looking now to partner with Web3 entrepreneurs, with investors, with brands, with artists, developers that are on that same mission. And lastly, if we want to define this, this new metaverse, right? We either leave it up to one company to decide what it looks like and define how it's built, or maybe there isn't one metaverse and that's just a buzzword, and there are simply many different immersive worlds that can be experienced through different lenses like VR or AR, where we are working in sync and transactions are stored on the blockchain, and our data is, our transactions are running transparently on the blockchain and data is stored distributedly. And so this is the vision that we have, and we believe that if we work together and we work in sync and we combine all these different tools, then we have a chance to truly build a decentralized future. So thank you for listening, and I hope you enjoyed this presentation.